Hey everybody, Omar here, the Knife Shark Guy, and I am back with another video for you today. And today this will be a discussion video on the Benchmade Anthem. And there's a reason why I brought this knife out. I've actually been using it for a bit. Not heavily, but lightly. Sort of like a performance slash discussion video. As I had predicted, the knife performs really well. I cut open quite a few boxes today, and it just zipped right through them like butter. I had no problem. After cutting about 4 or 5 boxes, there's no blade play on the knife whatsoever. So the reason that I brought the knife back out is because I wanted to do a little discussion on this knife. We're going to talk more about the access lock and what it offers and what it does not offer. Excuse me. So this knife is really unique for 2 reasons. Number one, it's got the triple system. I call it a triple system. I don't know if you want to call it that, but I call it the triple system because there's 3 things on this knife that pretty much control the action. You've got the coil spring on the inside of this knife, which adheres to the back of it. You've got the ball bearings that are inside the knife. I'm assuming that it's a caged ball bearing system. Some people have actually said that it's more like IKBS, but I doubt it. I'm assuming it's a caged ball bearing system. Or KBT. And then finally, you've got the access lock working for you on this knife. Overall, the main reasons why people get this knife, in my opinion, are number one, the knife is all titanium. It's an integral construction. There's no sandwiching. There's nothing in there. It's just one piece of metal all the way around, and even if you want to take it apart, you just take out the pivot and you're done. That's basically it. That's one reason why people enjoy this knife. The second reason, probably the most important reason, is like the fidget factor on this. It's just crazy. You could do this all day long with the access lock and the coil spring, and it is just so freaking smooth. Your hand literally falls in love with doing that. One of the things I don't like about the knife, obviously, was the pocket clip that it came with. I already did a video on that. So I had Adam Purvis make me a pocket clip for this knife. And I actually tried it out yesterday, and it is absolutely amazing. Pops onto my jeans, pops out real nice. There's really good amount of spring on it. Really good amount of spring to it. It's a very functional pot clip as much as it is beautiful. So I wanted to get on to the discussion of why I brought this knife out. So I was on YouTube, like a lot of you guys are on YouTube. I mean, we all kind of just get bored every once in a while. We got to hear what the other discussions are on a lot of the knives that are out there. And I happened to catch an old Nick Shabazz video. I'm sure you guys know who Nick Shabazz is. He's like pretty much the one of the kings of reviewers. In my opinion, there's actually 3, and I'm going to give you the names of those guys in the at the end of this particular video. But in any case, excuse me. Nick Shabazz was talking about the knife. He did his normal good, the bad, the ugly thing. If you want to check that video out, you can go ahead and check it out. But he started talking about the knife's detent. And I was like, wait a minute. I don't think the knife actually has detent, but he kept talking about it like it had detent. And I thought about it. In my opinion, I think we're both right. Because the concept of detent is literally, it depends on how you look at it. When I first heard of detent, I actually thought it was the physical property of what a detent was inside the knife, which in my opinion, and most of us know, that inside the knife, a regular flipper, I'm going to bring out my Kershaw L-Max knife just to demonstrate. Inside a regular flipper, or not a flipper, but inside a regular knife, there's a tiny ball inside the pivot of this knife. Okay, and that ball aligns up with a little teeny tiny hole inside the knife. And basically, detent is not that. What detent actually is, let me bring out another knife. Pretty much what detent actually is it's your amount, the amount of force that it takes for you to use in opening the knife. So you can get the knife to open. And, you know, again, this is the wrong kind of knife to demonstrate that with. So I'm going to try and bring out another one. So inside inside a knife, there's, like I said, there's a little ball inside the knife with a little hole in it. And the detent is not so much the physical concept of detent, which is what I just described, but it's actually, I think what they mean is it's the amount of force that it takes to pop open a knife. How does that feel? Is it medium? Is it hard? Is it soft? How hard do you have to press on that flipper to get the knife to pop out? That's basically what detent is. Now, begs the question, getting back to the Benchmade Anthem, does this knife really have detent? Does it have detent or does it not? Because, in my opinion, I don't think it has detent. Detent would require an amount of existing force holding the knife in, and in this case, the only thing holding the knife in on this knife is a spring and the access lock. You have two things in there. So you got the access lock here, which obviously the way it works is once the knife opens, there's two positions. This would be, and both of them are like relaxed positions in the knife. So here's the force right here, the middle part, where you see that little screw going back and forth. There's the force, and then the release. Again, it's in its relaxed position, but in this part of the knife, the knife is now locked, whereas with the access lock, again, you pull it again, and then you close it. If you close the knife, now it's again in its relaxed position. So you got two positions, and the detent exists technically in this sort of access lock / coil spring. So here's my thing, all right? If detent is the amount of force that it takes for you to open the knife, what if we took the access lock away and the coil spring away? What are you left with? You're left with nothing. Right? So on a regular knife, there would be like a little ball, ceramic ball inside the knife, right? And then there's the hole, which would hold the knife in. But in this case, because we don't have that, they've replaced that system with the access lock and the coil spring. So what you get is, if you were to take both of those things away, you don't have anything. The knife just falls free. You know, leaving the knife falling free like that. So does the knife actually have detent or does it not? I mean, my opinion, it depends on how you look at detent. Are we talking about the concept of detent, which could be either an access lock and a coil spring and ball bearings all together as one, acting as detent, I guess, if you want to say, or the old concept where, you know, you've got, you know, a ball inside the pivot with a little hole that allows, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not quite sure if the knife actually has detent or if the knife has a different type of detent, which is what this would be in this case. But detent technically would be the amount of force or what's holding the knife from before you eject it. So that's what I'm guessing. But when Nick Shabazz said that the knife had weak detent, I was kind of a little bit thrown off because it didn't seem like it had any detent at all. So that's what kind of surprised me with this knife. Really, really did. So, again, this is one of those things where it becomes a discussion, but maybe it doesn't really matter. But I think when we bring up questions like that in knives, we're just trying to learn. So for this video, I really do hope I get some comments on this. Even if you were to just comment me and say, Omar, you don't know what the hell you're talking about, I'm fine with that. I want somebody to teach me something or give me something I can learn, because I'm not an expert at knives. All I know is I'm learning as I go. Each knife that I collect, I try and learn something new about it. Again, I'm more of a collector rather than a user, but I am now starting to use my knives. So that hopefully that will open up my mind to all new possibilities in this hobby rather than just collecting and, you know, trying to figure out what materials are on it. You know, it's a hobby that will constantly grow and change, and you want to learn and you want to know. That's what makes the hobby so much fun. So I hope this video was kind of an interesting discussion. Like I said, I hope maybe you guys or someone out there will leave a comment on my video. Please comment on any video that you see. I'm not getting enough comments, so when I get them, I kind of eat them up like a lap dog. I don't even care if it's an insult. I love to see them when they're on my channel. Again, I want to thank all the people that have now subscribed on my channel. I now have 167. If you guys like my style of doing videos, then yeah, please recommend me to your friends. I would like this channel to grow. I want it to continue. If anyone out there is brilliant at doing simple video graphics, you could probably help me out because I don't know how to do that. You know, like I said, I'm pretty much a baby boomer, or, you know, a tail end of a baby boomer. I don't know much about tech. But if there's any young man out there that wants to help an old guy out, maybe get his channel pizzazzed up, really would appreciate it. Again, this is Omar, the Knife Shark Guy. Please comment on all my videos once again. Let me know if you found this video quite interesting. Again, this is the discussion on detent and, you know, whether or not this knife actually had detent. You know, I don't know. All I know is in my opinion, I don't think it really has detent. So, yeah, again, this is Omar, the Knife Shark Guy, signing off. Hoping you'll find this piece of sharp art on your knife somewhere. Adam Purvis, fantastic job once again. I love that pocket clip. If I didn't get that, would have made my life with this knife miserable, because he really did a fantastic job. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I will be back again for another video, and I'll see you guys all next time. Please comment on my videos. Once again, Omar the Knife Shark Guy, signing off.